The Wonderful World of the Orion Nebula, a family-friendly guide to the cosmic wonder, a glimpse into the stars. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about the twinkling lights above? Among the countless stars, there is a special place in the constellation of Orion that has fascinated humans for thousands of years. This place is called the Orion Nebula, a glowing cloud of gas and dust where new stars are born. Join us on a journey to explore this cosmic wonder, from ancient myths to modern scientific discoveries. What is the Orion Nebula? The Orion Nebula, also known as Messier 42, is one of the brightest and most famous nebulae in the night sky. It is located about 1,344 light-years away from Earth, which means the light we see from it today started its journey over 1,300 years ago. The nebula is part of the Orion constellation, which is named after a mighty hunter from Greek mythology. The Orion Nebula is a stellar nursery, a place where new stars are born. It is made up of gas and dust, and it glows brightly because of the energy from young, hot stars inside it. These stars heat up the gas around them, making it shine in beautiful colors like pink, red, and blue. Ancient myths and legends, long before telescopes were invented, people looked at the stars and told stories about them. The Orion constellation and the nebula within it have been part of many cultures, myths, and legends. Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, Orion was a great hunter. One story says he was placed in the sky by the gods after his death, along with his hunting dogs. The Orion Nebula was sometimes thought to be the glowing tip of Orion's sword. Egyptian beliefs. The ancient Egyptians associated Orion with Osiris, the god of the afterlife. They believed that the stars in Orion's belt represented Osiris's spine, and that the nebula was a gateway to the heavens. Native American stories. Some Native American tribes saw the Orion constellation as a great warrior or hunter. The nebula was often seen as a sacred fire or a place where spirits lived. Mayan astronomy. The Maya of Central America were skilled astronomers. They believed that the Orion Nebula was the cosmic hearth, or the center of creation, where the gods created the universe. Chinese astronomy. In ancient China, the Orion constellation was associated with the myth of the celestial emperor and his court. The nebula was seen as a place of celestial harmony and balance. Aboriginal Australian lore. Indigenous Australians have their own stories about Orion, often linking it to ancestral beings and creation stories. The nebula is sometimes seen as a campfire or a gathering place for spirit. Scientific discoveries. Unveiling the secrets of the nebula. For centuries, the Orion Nebula was just a fuzzy patch in the sky, but with the invention of telescopes, scientists began to uncover its secrets. Galileo's observations. In 1610, the famous astronomer Galileo Galilei was one of the first to observe the Orion Nebula through a telescope. He described it as a cloudy spot, but didn't realize its true nature. Charles Messier's catalogue. In 1771, French astronomer Charles Messier added the Orion Nebula to his list of objects that were not common. It became known as Messier 42. Modern telescopes. With powerful telescopes like the Hubble Space Telescope, scientists have been able to see the Orion Nebula in incredible detail. They have discovered thousands of young stars, protoplanetary disks, and even brown dwarfs. New discoveries and theories. Scientists are always learning new things about the Orion Nebula. Here are some of the latest discoveries and theories. Star formation. The Orion Nebula is one of the best places to study how stars are born. Scientists have observed baby stars forming from collapsing clouds of gas and dust. Planetary systems. Some of the young stars in the Orion Nebula are surrounded by disks of gas and dust. These disks might one day form planets, just like our solar system. Black holes. Some scientists think there might be a black hole hidden in the Orion Nebula. Black holes are mysterious objects with such strong gravity that not even light can escape them. Organic molecules. The Orion Nebula is rich in complex molecules, including water and carbon-based compounds. These molecules are the building blocks of life, and studying them helps scientists understand how life might begin in other parts of the universe. Magnetic fields. Recent studies have shown that magnetic fields play a crucial role in shaping the Orion Nebula. These fields help guide the flow of gas and dust, influencing where new stars form. Supernova remnants. Some researchers believe that the Orion Nebula may contain remnants of ancient supernovae explosions of massive stars. These remnants could have triggered the formation of new stars in the region. Herbigaro objects. These are small patches of nebulosity associated with newly born stars. They are formed when gas ejected from young stars collides with nearby clouds of gas and dust at high speeds. Protostellar jets. Some young stars in the Orion Nebula shoot out jets of gas at incredible speeds. These jets can stretch for light years and are a key part of the star formation process. Fun facts about the Orion Nebula. The Orion Nebula is so bright that you can see it with the naked eye on a clear night. Look for the middle star in Orion's sword. It's actually the nebula. The nebula is about 24 light-years across, which means it would take 24 years to travel from one side to the other at the speed of light. The stars in the Orion Nebula are very young. Some are only a few 100,000 years old. Compared to our Sun, which is 4.6 billion years old, they are just babies. The Orion Nebula is part of a larger cloud of gas and dust called the Orion Molecular Cloud Complex, which spans hundreds of light. The nebula is home to the Trapezium Cluster, a group of very young, hot stars that light up the surrounding gas. The Orion Nebula is one of the most photographed and studied objects in the night sky, making it a favorite among both amateur and professional astronomers. How to find the Orion Nebula. If you want to see the Orion Nebula for yourself, here's how. When to look. The best time to see Orion is during the winter months in the northern hemisphere and the summer months in the southern hemisphere. Where to look? Find the 3 bright stars in a row that make up Orion's belt. Below the belt, you'll see a line of fainter stars that form Orion's sword. The middle star in the sword is the Orion Nebula. Using binoculars or a telescope, while you can see the nebula with your eyes, binoculars or a small telescope will show you more detail and even some of its colors. The future of Orion Nebula exploration. Scientists are constantly developing new tools and technologies to study the Orion Nebula. Here are some exciting possibilities for the future. James Webb Space Telescope. The James Webb Space Telescope, launched in 2021, is providing even more detailed images of the Orion Nebula. Its infrared capabilities allow scientists to peer through the dust and see the youngest stars and planetary systems forming. 3D mapping. Astronomers are working on creating 3D maps of the Orion Nebula to better understand its structure and how stars and planets form within it. Search for life. As we learn more about the organic molecules in the Orion Nebula, scientists are exploring the possibility of finding signs of life or the conditions necessary for life in other star systems. Interstellar travel. While it's still science fiction, some dream of one day sending probes or even humans to explore the Orion Nebula up close. Who knows what discoveries await? Advanced simulations. With the help of supercomputers, scientists are creating detailed simulations of the Orion Nebula to study the complex processes of star formation and the interactions between stars, gas, and dust. Citizen science projects. Amateur astronomers and citizen scientists are contributing to the study of the Orion Nebula by participating in projects that analyze telescope data and discover new features within the nebula. Conclusion: a cosmic wonder for everyone. The Orion Nebula is more than just a beautiful sight in the night sky. It is a place of creation, where stars and planets are born, and a source of inspiration for scientists, storytellers, and dreamers. Whether you're learning about ancient myths or the latest scientific discoveries, the Orion Nebula reminds us that the universe is full of wonders waiting to be explored. So the next time you look up at the stars, remember the glowing cloud in Orion's sword and the incredible stories it holds. Who knows, maybe one day you'll make a new discovery about this cosmic wonder. The end.